Welcome back, and many thanks to our viewers who are subscribing to Afro Mobile. Thank you very much. Still connecting dots on the Anita Among story, how it's unfolding and making a projection on where it's likely to go. Honorable Salam, at least you related with Anita Among while she was still in FDC. And when she crossed, they said the big fish has been picked to serve in the NRM. Is there anything now coming to pass that you suspected?
The hype, like Honorable Monto says, it's really the end of term when you've served your tour of duty that should write. They call it the epilogue. That should write your conclusion. So yes, they did fish, and that's where NRM has weakened itself and its internal processes, because it has invested more time and resources into getting uncooked things from elsewhere, instead of growing inside itself the ideological base, and so they fall prey to outside influence. There was no fish they caught, because Anita Among was not among the first 11 of the party. She wasn't. No, she wasn't. She wasn't even.
You in a contest.
Because she was working for you.
Okay, so if she was working for NRM, it means NRM had more control in FDC.
Like,
FDC itself.
yes, it did.
So in other words, what we have been seeing as FDC is really a fake thing.
No, that's why.
Controlled by NRM, because Anita Among came with and defeated her.
Listen,
In just 1 year.
That story is bigger than what you're saying. And that's exactly what you're suffering inside yourselves.
What is ourselves?
Yourselves. This is why you have,
but
you have the
NRM.
present
I'm
thing.
PLU.
Yeah, that's why you are infecting the NRM. You have carried the same political virus
From
that you infected us.
FDC.
The Ebola you infected us.
In FDC.
And now you are on stage 4 of cancer, that you have poisoned yourselves. So you have played these rat games, and so the rat has come back to your dining table for serving.
So,
and so be
Angela,
careful, these games you play, they can backfire.
Well,
and they are backfiring so badly.
As Anita Among goes through these tribulations, Andrew, how are the power dynamics playing out within the NRM?
Well, for me, I have been thinking, so Anita Among why did she become such a powerful figure? Because the president, previously, if he needed to pass legislation, he would invite members of parliament to State House, serve them tea, pay their loans, pay their medical bills. He would do so many things. And Museveni was spending 3-4 times more money on the house to get his way. When Anita Among came in, she
purchased
said,
legislation.
Yes.
Rented support.
Yes, rented support. So when Anita Among came in, her contribution and why she became very powerful, she said, Mr. President, you don't have to do this. I can do it for you. Using maybe 30 or 25% of the money that Museveni was using, she was able to get more than 200-300% results. You see, so she could get more for less. That's what made her powerful, and that's why Kagwanjala. You should leave these little things of the car and all this, and focus on what are the big political issues around her issue.
But you see, those are things that are built that power base you're talking about.
You see, there's a
this did not happen in a vacuum. No, it didn't happen in a vacuum.
You see why I checked you? It's because you interrupt me. I want a girlfriend who can listen to me. So I was saying, there is a Nobel laureate in economics called Daniel Kahneman. He wrote a book called Noise with some 2 other people. But there is an important point he makes, that whenever you are trying to manage your life or analyze anything, you should avoid noise and look at the signal. So people who are looking at the Rolls-Royce, the gorgeous mansions and all this, are focused on noise. I am much more interested in the signal. What is the signal?
Yeah, but the Rolls-Royce typifies something.
Well, I think captures the emotions of people, but it misleads our analysis. Because, let me give you an example. Rather, the point I was making earlier. You see, I don't think that in dealing with corruption, we need, the most important thing is how individuals live in luxury and stuff like that. That misleads you to understanding the problem of corruption in Uganda or in poor countries and other countries. The corruption we see in Uganda is, we need to look at corruption as a political resource for elections. Anita Among's corruption, if maybe 90% of the money that she is alleged to have stolen was not money she stole to buy dresses and build houses. No, it was to buy political support inside NRM. In any case, and that is why I do not know, the Auditor General does audit of Parliament every year. Has there been an audit questioning her expenditure there? You could find out, because
political corruption.
Just for the record,
Political corruption.
I know the Auditor General audits Parliament, but the report is classified, it's never discussed on the floor of Parliament.
Yes. But what you know,
actually,
if you went to State House
That's
itself,
part of the political corruption.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
If you went to State House,
And
you would
has
find
been for a
the
long time, not
president.
just
No, it hasn't been for a long time.
For our president to manage
You
this
can
country,
track
President Museveni, he needs to employ a lot of money. I have told you, this man is not revealing it, but because he's part of it. In Kiangwanzi, these MPs had a meeting. The president gave each one a promise of 100 million each to dust themselves from the election. Kakati yabawa a million abiri cash. They have already in the pocket. Tomorrow they have a caucus. They're going to get another 30. That will be 50. When they have elected both, they will be sacked with another 30. Then he will remain the where does Museveni get this money? Can he account for it or stuff like that? So I am not interested in how somebody bought better shoes and a better house. Is what is the role of money in the management of our electoral politics? That is the signal. The rest is noise.
So it's a tale of politics, not money.
There is a book you should read. It's written by Michaela Wrong. Michaela Wrong later disappointed me when she wrote a bad book on Rwanda. But there is something she wrote I read her book in 2000. That's 25 years ago. Many of you were not yet born. So she goes looking for Mobutu's money. Mobutu was alleged to have stolen 9 billion or something. She goes, and finally she reaches his bank account in Switzerland, and he has, I think, 14 or 24 million he left behind. Now that's a lot of money. But out of 9 billion, so her conclusion is that Mobutu looked at money as a means to an end, the end being power. So a lot of the money he's alleged to have stolen was really to buy political support, to bribe off all these powerful Congolese elites, and so that he can hold his power. If you had audited Museveni, you would find that Museveni is a very simple man. He wears simple clothes from night till here in Ginger. Simple shoes, he eats simple food, he lives in a simple house. Museveni is not interested in wearing Louis Vuitton, Dolce & Gabbana, Prada, Brioni. I see Ruto, the president of Kenya, wears Brioni suits which go for $10,000 a suit. So Ruto and Anita Among are the same. They like luxurious things. But Museveni is different. But yet Museveni uses a lot of money. Why this money gives to State House is how much? The budget is 500 billion at State House. Now that's the residence of the president. Why does he use it for? We need to understand that Museveni looks at money as a political resource to lubricate his politics, as a resource for politics. And if he takes money out of the national till, it is really to manage power relations rather than to indulge himself wearing expensive clothes, driving luxury cars, and living in gorgeous mansions. The problem with Anita Among is, and this is which surprises me, for a person of her political skills, there was that blind spot in her. She did not see that this exhibition of luxury would tint her in the eyes of many people, and therefore give Museveni a rope to hang her.
Is it
and he has used it to
naivety or excitement?
Both, naivety and excitement. But you see, another thing is, because I think she's a very smart politician, she could have used the strategy to say, okay, how can I convince Museveni that I'm not a threat to him? Let me have all this luxury around me. And then he knows that he has a rope around my neck anytime he can take me out. In which case, he will not feel threatened.
Well,
and in which that way, that's what she thought, the strategy hasn't worked.
Well, as Anita is being cooked, what is clear is that NRM is not sophisticated enough to manage this crisis, to manage this.
What do you mean it's not sophisticated? Isn't it being managed well?
It's now PLU in charge.
But PLU is a part of NRM.
So anyway, I know that the president...
I thought you were also part of us in PLU. If you are not, tonight I'm going to recruit you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's very important. Do you subscribe
And then
to
you can
PLE?
take my job of Director of Communications in PLE.
No.
Do you subscribe to PLE?
No, at least I'm not, but I deal with them. I deal with PLA people, I engage with their activities, but
You are uncomfortable with their disruption.
I want to say that the president, the way I know him, he gives people chance. And this was something he talks about it anyway, publicly. He says, you make a mistake, you steal money, you do this. I want to reform you. It is only when you fail, like when I fail to reform you, you could be a drunkard, you could be what. But if you deliver for me, I'm willing to be patient. I think Anita probably reached this level. I don't think the president needed to talk to her. But also, remember that the president is an intelligence officer of a long period of time. I think even when he praises you, that you are clever, you are entrepreneur level, skills good, probably is letting you lower your guard. It lowers you so that you expose yourself to the fullest. You remember in 2014, before the president removed Right Honorable Mavazi, he actually praised him.
Praised her.
No.
Praised the mama.
Honorable Mama.
Oh, yes.
Actually, we were in a meeting. I said, some people bring for me rumors that Honorable Mama has these ideas. Only for us to see 13th September, he was chopped. So I think...
I remember even before chopping Kaihura.
So I think some people are not very, very sophisticated, I mean politically, especially in the working of the president, underestimate how much he knows, and he takes decisions at a point when he knows nobody will have sympathy, or very few people will have sympathy with you. And therefore,
Correct.
You cannot mobilize against him or against NRM. And that's a skill, I think, which is very good for a leader. I see my brother, Besige, praises Museveni on his strategic understanding of people. When he meets even once, the first day, you give him 30 minutes, he will look at this way. Since we began elections in 2001, at least the election I was directly involved as a spokesperson of that election. Each time we conclude elections, there are people who buy mansions. There are people who buy, they divert election campaign money. And he complains publicly, say, these people have cheated my money. And he says, I am going to do a commission, an inquiry. He doesn't do. And that has gone on and on and on. But we have noticed that each time he has been changing people who want the money.
I need to tell our viewers that we're now crossing Trafalgar.
Yes, he has been changing people. But sometimes the president